3 points of your biceps and how to properly, correctly do bicep curls. Now there are various ways to do bicep curls, various forms, but today we're going to be focusing on 3 points, which is your brachialis, your long head, and your short head. There are 3 muscle groups in the biceps. Most people aren't aware of that. Most people, when they go to the gym, especially beginners, will just lift away thinking they're lifting and doing bicep curls properly. Although that's not the case. The case is that you want to hit those muscle groups and actually grow them out, and you want to hit certain muscle groups in a certain way and form with good pacing, so to say. And so we're going to show that today by hitting all 3 points with 3 different movements. What I have, I'm going to have a bench. Although you do not need a bench, all you really need is a pair of dumbbells and somewhere to sit. But I have a bench, which is also optional. And then I have a pair of dumbbells right here. These are 20 pounds, nothing crazy. All right, so the first movement we're gonna hit is gonna be our brachialis, and that's gonna be the regular curl. Now the regular curl is the one where you have your hand closed right over the bar of the dumbbell, and it's facing you, your hand, as if you were throwing a punch, but it's inwards, and you're pacing towards you, and you're going up like that, into you, into you, into you. Now, I'm gonna grab a pair of dumbbells and show you exactly what I mean by that. So, the 20 pounds, right? You're gonna have your dumbbells facing towards there, the weights itself, towards forward. And now you're gonna go and pull in and curl. So as you do this, you'll feel your brachialis working, which is the side part of the muscle. Now the brachialis actually, it's the muscle that will grow on the side of your bicep. So it'll give you a more fuller look on the side, making your bicep look a lot more fat. In a way, not fat, but more so dense. And it'll give you a good full look from the front. So say I'm standing in front of you like this, right? It'll make your bicep look a lot more dense in the front instead of like the side, because the side has a little bit of a different perspective, but more so when you work on the brachialis, it opens up the side right here, which will gain size like that. Now we have the second movement. Now the second movement is there's a lot of names for it, but I call it a hammerhead curl, because it's like you're hammering down. So instead of your hand being forward and inwards like a fist, like you'd be punching like this, instead you're gonna have the bar of the dumbbell inside your hand, like we were in resting position, but instead of curling it like that, you're just gonna go forward like that. And you're gonna curl. So, as I'm gonna show you with the weights and demonstrate for you, here I have my hands, and I'm gonna curl. And now the long head will give you another dense look too. It won't give you that defined look, but it'll give you a dense and full look overall, creating that elevated mountain shape on your bicep. Now these are simple. Also, be wary that you want to have control over all your movements. So if you'd like, do not do one of these 3 things. Now those 3 things, I don't worry, you want to have control all the time. Slowly using negatives and positives. Those will actually maximize muscle tissue tearing, which will actually help you repair those muscles and give them the more dense and fuller look that you like. Now, for our last movement, we're going to be doing a short head of our bicep. So the short head of our bicep is right here. Now this is the part of your bicep that will actually give you that defined look, which will give you that nice curvature and mountain look to your bicep. It's where you're basically this part right here, where your elbow is on the other side. This is where your bicep will grow and give you that locked look, like your bicep is separated from every other muscle group in your body, or your arms, so to say. And so we're gonna begin with that, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. So you're gonna get up like this in a position more seated towards you, forward. You could do this standing also, but for the demonstration, I'll just be sitting. You're gonna have your hand up like that, and you're gonna curl inwards towards you. This will activate that short part right there. Instead, you're gonna be doing like same as hammer curls, basically, like this. But instead, you're taking that curl and you're putting your hand to the side like that, and you're curling inside of you, basically. So when I grab a weight, I'm gonna do it at once. Of course, you can do it with two hands like this. That's when you're standing. Since I am sitting, and for demonstration purposes, I'll be doing it with one hand, showing you control. So, in, out, in, out. Take note on how I'm taking all control and I'm not swinging at all. I'm really activating the short part of my bicep, the short muscle group or short head of the bicep. Getting good contraction. Then you do the same thing for the other side. There you go. Now I'm going to show you a little workout that you can do for your arms. I'm not going to demonstrate over a set, but I'm going to show you over reps. So what I would do is a 3x8 for regular bicep curls. So they're the ones that are facing inwards, like a punch. Think of it as an uppercut almost. Uppercutting, you know, but instead, you're just pulling those into your biceps. Now for the second one, we're gonna be doing hammerhead curls. Inwards also, into you, just that the bar is facing upwards and the weight is upwards. We're gonna 3x8 of those two. And then for the last part, we're gonna be doing our short head, which is gonna be the curls to the side. So our short head curls, which is basically the hammer, but put on the side. And I do 3x8 of those also. Now, sometimes I'll go 3x12 for the short head curls, but that's also optional. So here we go. And that wraps it up. Basically, you would do 3 sets of each muscle group for 8 reps. And that would be a maximizing good muscle gain. I would spread it out between a different workout, but if you are just hitting biceps, that's a great way to get your blood flowing, get a good pump, and maximize muscle growth in all 3 parts of the muscle group.